Hey guys, so Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink was in the news for receiving FDA approval to start testing their brain chips on humans. But before we get into the details, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss any of our videos. Okay, so Neuralink is in the process of creating technology called brain chips that link to the neurons in your brains. Described by Elon Musk as a Fitbit in your skull, the chips are made of ultra-flexible, tiny electrodes that are implanted directly into the brain tissue to listen to the communication between neurons. Musk claims that such chips can allow users to control or communicate with devices with just your thoughts. Another use would be to help people recover from injuries or illnesses like regaining limb function or restoring blindness. He also said that Neuralink was created as a possible long-term solution to human and AI symbiosis. Here's a clip explaining it in more detail.
And so, just so you understand the entire picture, there are two strong reasons why people are pushing for brain chips to become a thing. The first is to restore the brain, to potentially cure people with brain-related conditions. So let's say that you've been completely blind from birth. Your brain works, but your eyes or your optic nerves don't. What the N1 chip allows you to do is to, I'm not even exaggerating here, stick a camera onto your head, link that camera feed to your smartphone, which translates the video data into brain language. The phone sends that data to the chip in your skull, which via electrodes planted directly into your brain's visual cortex can then send electrical impulses to bypass the eyes and translate that camera feed directly into your brain. And while first-gen Neuralink chips use 1024 electrodes, which could simulate an image roughly equivalent to this, there is already talk of a next-gen N2 chip with closer to 16,000 electrodes, which could produce something way closer to fully working vision. And when you think about it, this same concept could work for basically anything related to the brain or your nervous system in general. Like, Neuralink has already tried rigging a pig's spinal cord with electrodes, and it has legitimately allowed them to send a trigger from her brain and stimulate the movement of her limbs through it, which is basically them showing us we can restore the connection between your brain and your limbs, or we can cure full body paralysis. And then, the second key perk of a brain chip is what comes after. Once you've figured out how to fix brain conditions, you're also 90% of the way to learning how to take the brain even further. Brain enhancement. For example, there's no reason why you couldn't use the same tech that allows a blind person to see to give the people who can already see fine even more clarity, or extra context on everything they look at, or who knows, the ability to zoom with their eyes. Like, no joke, you can just watch a movie with no screen, no fancy glasses or contact lenses, just within your brain. In fact, pretty much any smart device that you currently own, your phone, your smartwatch, your earphones, their functionality can all be replicated to a whole new level by just being able to directly stimulate the parts of your brain that your organs would have previously been doing indirectly.
This seems impossible to imagine, right? Humans could literally become cyborgs. It's like living out a science fiction movie, but it might soon become a reality. Musk had previously tested the chip on monkeys and pigs. Here's a clip of how that went.
Last time we got a presentation, Elon showed how the implant was working in a pig's brain to pick up signals from its snout. The pig wasn't controlling anything, it was just basically showing how they were receiving signals from the snout whenever it touched something. And there was an updated version of the implant that looked a little rougher and clunkier than the first presentation, but at least it was a real thing and not just a rendering. Then in April this year, they revealed footage of a monkey playing Pong using only a chip in its brain. They showed how they trained the monkey, whose name is Pager, to play this little computer game where he boots the squares using the joystick. And then the Neuralink chip is registering the signals being created to do this. It even streams to a smartphone. By the way, that metal tube in his mouth is a little reward mechanism that gives him some food every time he gets it right. But they eventually collect enough data that they can control the game with the implant. As you can see, the joystick is unplugged here, so he's moving that cursor with his mind. And then they showed him playing Pong, and there's no joystick at all now. This is totally the monkey and a Neuralink chip.
That just seems unreal. If a monkey can play a game just by thinking about it, imagine what humans would be able to do. The world is already in a mess. Many potentially dangerous situations are prevented by practicing self-control and discernment. Just imagine if our brain automatically acted on every passing thought before we had time to think things through. And we barely have enough information on this technology and its effects. Neuralink started animal testing in 2018. That's not nearly enough time to understand the risks or long-term consequences of the testing process. In fact, in December 2022, the company was under investigation for potentially violating animal welfare laws after nearly 1,500 animals were needlessly killed due to failed experiments. When so much is still unknown or unpredictable, why would the FDA allow clinical trials on humans? What if something goes wrong? What if the chip malfunctions? Would it leave the person with cognitive or physical damage or both? Even if the trials are successful, there are still many ethical concerns with this kind of technology. If brain chips could make us superhumans with enhanced capabilities, what about those who cannot afford it? Would they miss out on job opportunities or have a lower quality of life? Would they lose the opportunity to access the most advanced healthcare because it's too expensive? Would we have a new type of human? The normal, aging, sick, weak, vulnerable humans who struggle to survive versus the super strong, healthy, powerful superhumans who can just do about anything just by thinking about it. What if someone uses the technology to alter your brain function? Would it change the way you think, behave, process information, and perform daily tasks? If the device can bring your limbs back to life or restore your sight, could it also be used to cause blindness or paralysis? What if someone can hack into your thoughts, your dreams, your innermost desires? It would be the worst invasion of privacy. Could someone with just their thoughts control other people's brain functioning? Or could companies like Neuralink control what people think or feel? Could they read minds? Where is the limit? Where do you draw the line? Technology like this has some obvious benefits and can really help a lot of people in need. However, there is a very fine line between improving human life and manipulating it to see how far we can go to test the limit of man's potential. Are we trying to become superhumans that are omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent? Are we trying to become equal with God? So, what do you think about this? Do you think such technology is needed, especially in medicine and healthcare, or could it negatively impact the worth and dignity of human life? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you like this new format, let us know by liking and subscribing to our channel. Until next time.